Welcome back, pilot. Okay, so I am going through some emails at the present time. Checking out the nodes, nothing to do. Let's go see what the
Hi, welcome to
depot
the supply
point
counter.
exchange has
Exchange the
for
TP
new
you have on hand from it. These are
main
the current
weapon.
supply
Bye bye.
materials.
Alright, nothing new here. Okay. Beams. Let's see, own MSs. Let's see if there's anything up here that I'm interested in. Watch, nice. Very nice. That's a good one. A good cannon. Let's see what else we got here. G7 beam rifle. Okay, so nothing too static. Beam weaponry is nice and all that, but I am basically a ballistics kid. Excuse me. Missile pod. Yeah, baby. The Aqua GM. I haven't played that one in forever. I should probably try that out. Alright, whatever.
Come again. Promise me you'll come back.
Let's see. What do we got left? We're about 200 points away from the third row. Third level. Mission-wise, still working that. We're completely into all the dailies. We get a reshuffle here in about 2 hours, so I'm not probably going to be playing too much. Let's here in the unrestricted situation battle.
Alright, be careful out there. Prepare to sortie.
Yep.
Good work out there.
Alright, that's strike one.
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie. Sortie application accepted. Prepare to sortie.
Oh, that's been a minute already. Okay, 2 minutes, and we're still hanging around at 6 out of 10. I'm going to call this strike two. It's been about 4 minutes now.
Heading back to base camp.
You know, this game would really benefit from more single-player modes, because the battle simulator is fine, and getting into a test mode is fine, but the battle kind of reward for your effort.
Okay?
I mean, the reward of the game is in playing it, generally, but, you know, when you can't get into a lobby, you can't really tell how good you are if you're playing against drones. Well, dang it. Alright, we have 8 minutes on the clock right now, so I'm going to go ahead and give it another 2 or 3 minutes, see if we can get a room.
Good work out there.
Oh, we're good, okay. So I voluntarily left the lobby that one time, so I'm going to give it one more try. I just think it's really kind of uncool that it seems like the majority of my missions that I don't get to complete are because I can't fucking get a game. I don't have all afternoon to play this. I mean, technically, yes, I kind of do, but there are some other tangible things I want to take care of. For instance, like I want to play some Minecraft. I want to work a little bit on my 2 tabletop games that I'm making. There are some rewrites of a rule set that I have to clarify. I'm trying to get my design philosophy. I'll talk about my design philosophy when it comes to my own games, tabletop games. I don't do computer games. But everybody else is doing computer games. I don't really need to do computer games. Is try to get everything down to one page Keep it simple enough that you can describe the basics in about a 2-minute conversation while you're showing the player, the first couple turns of the game. Make it something that is portable. In other words, components can basically fit inside of a. What do we have here? It's called a shoebox. Basically, it's about the size of a shoebox, but there's little Rubbermaid tubs, little storage tubs you can find at the discount stores in big boxes. They are 6-quart storage boxes. That's the generic term. But yeah, so I like tabletop games that can actually fit in a co-opted board game box or 6-quart tub. And one of them actually is just basically fit in your pants pocket. It's just a deck of cards. That's all you need. No tokens or anything else. I try to also not to clutter the board up with tokens and other greedles. Now I know for a lot of people that tabletop gaming is all about the presence. So there's like these really elaborate tokens and laying out cards and tracks and models and all that kind of fun stuff, and that's fine. The game that I've made that fits in the 6-quart tub is a miniatures agnostic. And miniatures agnostic. Although I am actually working on a indigenous setting, a native setting for it, that will kind of best frame why I made the abstractions to moves and activities in the game the way I did, because I wanted to capture the momentum and tension of a video game experience like Gundam Mobile Suit Battle Operation 2. But at the same time, I wanted it to not just be centered around mecha. Yeah, it is basically, I'm going to be honest, it is my own robot combat game, or Mobile Suit combat game. I know that Gundam is coming out with their own miniature game sometime next year. There's been some play testing going on. There's a few channels out there that are talking about it, and I personally will buy a set. Just like I bought, I kickstarted I bought into the Kickstarter for Snapships tabletop game. Because I already had a bunch of the toys to start with, and I figured this would be a great way for us to play with the toys. And I have taken the components out of the box. I have set them into their own little storage tub that fits actually quite nicely into a 16-quart tub. And I know there's been more expansions for Snapships, but I have not even played a game of Snapships, and it's a solo playable game. That's kind of like I said, I don't want to waste my time waiting for a lobby in GBO2 just to try to squeeze out another few hundred points. My time could be spent so much better doing other things. And again, like I said, I really wish there was a way that one of two things, or both things. One, don't be so wrapped up with player rating like that C and C plus right there. I mean, if Insect 49 on Kind is supposed to be the person that they're matching me with, essentially, because it's pairs. There's 10 players going to be 5 on each side. I'm almost certain that Insect 49 is going to be my rival, which is pretty much what's going to happen here, depending on what suits we get selected for. That's the other thing too, is that this situation battle, Sibling Machine, is basically, you don't even have to pick a suit. It picks it for you. You just hit the go button. I mean, this should be the easiest mode to get people into. The problem is that here in North America, there are so few of us playing that it's out there trying to find everybody else. And I mean, I would much rather play 5 meat grinders in an hour than and maybe win 1 or 2 of them, than to be stuck for an hour just to get 1 or 2 matches that I won't probably win, because there is no balance in this game. It's a fucking joke. And I think the other thing they can do, rather than just throw us all in a pot and go for it, allow for short lobbies by putting robots in. I mean, the game has really strong AI opponents that are scalable. I mean, you could do that. I could play solo games all day long if I wanted to, by going into the battle simulators the free play mode. The battle simulator is, again, you're given two AI NPCs, and you're given two drones, and you fight drones basically too. And they're not easy battles. They are pretty challenging, I would say, for myself. Very much so, because I'm a casual player. Just I play this game not because I'm that much of a fan of the universe, but I am a big Gunpla fan. I have built so many suits that I've never watched a single one of their animes. Couldn't even tell you what those suits were. But enjoyed building them and painting them and customizing them. That's what I like to do. And price per plastic ounce, it's much more affordable for me to build and customize out of Gunpla than it is for any other model kit out there, except for if I find some on discount at a thrift store or a Asian store, charity shop. Like right now, I've got a couple of model ships. One is the Santa Maria on from the Columbus expedition, and I can't remember what the other one is, but I think it's called a Razzle. It's basically schooner shaped with oars, and they're small. They only measure about 3 inches across, stem to stern. And I plan to turn them into Spelljammers. Even though I don't have the Spelljammer D&D setting anymore, I know enough of the background of the setting, and I know enough of the functions and concepts that I can very easily use these as playing pieces in an RPG game, or as playing pieces in my tabletop game. Like I said, the tabletop miniature game I'm building is miniatures and setting agnostic, even though there will be a setting that is very Gundam aligned, but also kind of like scalable to the point where you could play with massive fleets represented by a single model, or you could be playing with a half a dozen pieces each side, running skirmish games against each other. So that's the other thing that I also wanted to do when I talk about my design philosophy. So I want my rules to kind of fit on one or two pages, single-sided. Not everybody has a duplexing printing machine. Basically, you could read the rules on a tablet on 1 to 2 screens is what I want. 2, something that's explainable in about 2 to 3 minutes while you're actually playing the first couple of turns. And 3, be completely scalable. There are no optional rules. All the rules are there. You can take rules out, and that would be the way it is. The game's vanilla experience is going to have all the elements in it. That would be page 2. Up to page 2. That's why I say 1 to 2 page rules. But that first page would be like the simple, quick, I only have 15 minutes to play on a break, I want to play a quick game. And yes, it can be soloable because there will be a flow chart to help you decide what your opponents are doing based upon what you're doing, and try to make it challenging enough that because I like games that there is a risk to lose more often than there is a risk to win. That a win feels earned, and a win feels like this is because I applied effort to the situation and got the win. 20-minute stream, and haven't even played a single fucking match. Well, I'm not going to quit the lobby because I give myself 3 bounces and 1 quit. So we're here until it crashes or otherwise. I don't know. I think maybe I should leave. This is just like really, really sad. This would be a great way for me to set up my webcam, or maybe set up my phone as a webcam while I sit around waiting for a lobby. I can show you guys, like, you know, what I'm doing here on the tabletop, which is basically drawing. So I've actually gotten through half my journal. I started it a few years ago. When did this start? Does not have a date here. Yeah, started in 27 December 2024. Actually 25 December. I started on Christmas Day. But that was the second page. The first page was that summer. We went to a Transformers convention, and my daughter and I bought Etsy journals. I don't know where she is on hers, but yeah, I did a page. I did the first page, set it aside, didn't pick it up until December. Then did 2 more pages. You know, actually did 3 days, entering 25, 26, 27. Then set it aside, and then picked it up. Oh wait, I did a 28th December, also 2024. Okay, 2024. So yeah, we are halfway through the journal. And actually, no, this is older than 2024. This is like way early. I think I put the date on these little kittens that I drew. That's not sound like that. I think it was 2022, because I had a goblin journal that I was working. And the goblin journal is basically, you pick a journal and you go crazy, and you just throw anything in there. Ideas, scraps, ephemera, sketches from projects, random notes and ideas about the day, reactions to things that you might feel important enough to record. And then you go through once a month and you edit the pages, basically. You pull pages out, rebind them into other sections, you know, organize them, group them, and stuff like that. And a lot of what I did in my first Goblin journal here was I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends also on the side. That's another thing my camera could be showing you guys, is how I play side games. Well, that's the other thing too, is that the 2 board games or tabletop games that I'm making are meant to kill the time while you're sitting around for GBO2. Any other games similar to it? I can remember playing playing Destiny 1, and the 4 of us would be waiting for the other 2 players to show up for the raid, Walter Glass mostly, and Proto's End. And I would sit there playing solitaire games or doing duels in my journal or painting miniatures, and everybody else in the background is complaining and whining about how long it's taking for these 2 people to show up and log in. Even though we were in text chats with them, like, hey, you know, what's taking so long? Oh, I'm stuck in traffic. Or, oh, the boss needed me to stay a little extra more filing. It's like, whatever. But yeah, so something you could fart around with while you're waiting around like this stuff. But I guess our conversation is not cool. May Jane Dome might be my rival now. They were the second one found. Anyway, so I did not. I'm on normal. This is. So yeah, Raid Shadow Legends, I've probably mentioned this, you may know this already, but I've been playing this game for 5 years. I installed the first year at launch because a dungeon tuber of mine was recommending it, and I played it for a couple of days, I think, and then I set it aside, and then I reinstalled about a year or so later and played and collected. I collected everybody from Alexander the Sharpshooter all the way up to Sun Wukong and Artok, Atok, the orc that is the father of Garrett, Galek, excuse me, and accidentally deleted Atok or Ator, can't remember the name, but deliberately deleted Alexander the Sharpshooter because it was just so shitty. And I don't know. I mean, I played the game for a long time, And then I got to a point, I got past the Arbiter missions and all that. And then I got to the point where it was just like, there were so many other things happening in the world, and I was just kind of feeling like, this is such a waste of my time. I started getting irritated and frustrated that I had hit what I call the paywall. Because Raid Shadow Legends, like GBO2, is a gacha game. There's a limit to how far you could feed a free-to-play gamer before you have to start paying for things. And in this game, you're buying tokens. That's the only thing you can buy, actually, I think. And there are actually missions, monthly missions and limited missions that are tied to how many tokens you purchase. And the only way you get recycle tickets is if you use those tokens on supply drops. And the only way to get mobile suits that are above your player rank, because it's the player rank, military rank. Like I'm an ensign right now. So there are some mobile suits that I have that have lieutenant level versions of them. That would be very nice to play, and I have actually played some of them in these situation battles. So I think situation battle is a great system, is a great mode, because one, it's supposed to be faster because you're not having to worry about what mobile suit you're picking. It picks for you. But more importantly, it's a good way to randomly play around with suits you might have been thinking about purchasing but haven't really decided you wanted to. There's actually a couple of raid suits, because I typically don't play raid mobile suits. I found them to be way too brittle. But there's been some updates and some balancing, and some of the raid suits that I'm playing in this situation battle, the sibling rivalry, is actually, they're actually I really like them. I mean, I fit with them. That's the thing about games like GBO2 or Destiny, is that you learn quickly. You should try to learn as quickly as possible what works for you and what you can adapt to when faced with something you have no control over. So, yeah, I like that about the game. Right now, so back to Raid Shadow Legends. So I basically fed all my champions into a handful of comments, leveling them up to level 60, and then I changed my email on the account. Basically, I killed my account. And I hadn't played Raid for almost a year after that. And I say almost a year because I still watched, the YouTubers, the Raid tubers, like, Hell Hades and Deadwood Jedi and Cold Brew and Scratch and Ash. Ash, I love his channel. His channel is, in my opinion, the most. His format speaks to me. My brain process what he's talking about much faster than Hell Hades or Deadwood Jedi. Even though Hell Hades and Deadwood Jedi have more crunch to their video content, they're really diving into the numbers, and they're really talking about things like shifting metas and how to get ahead of that curve, basically. So I do watch them sometimes, but Ash is the one that I prefer because he's got a lot of positivity, and it's a show of courage. You got to be positive for yourself more than anybody else. Be angry, be sad, be depressed, feel helpless, feel hopeless, but then have the courage to be positive about that in some way. That there's a Skeletor meme on Instagram, and he goes, "Remember," and he talks about the thing, and he's, "Until we meet again," and then it's the Funimation and intros and outros, and then of course the middle. He's taken to actually animating his own Skeletor version. But anyway, so it's like there's this one that is one of my favorite. It's remember, the fact that you're listening to this right now means you have gone through the worst days of your life already. Now, yeah, there could be more, but at this point right now, you have survived some serious shit, more than likely. Unless you're a certain group of particular individuals who basically had doctor's excuses or bribes to keep them from harm. Pay to win, basically, yeah. So I think as a free-to-play gamer, it's more of I'm going to say a moral choice, but more of a resistance. It's how I resist. It's how I try to be positive in my gaming experience. So yeah, so Ray is very much a gotcha game. I hit the paywall, I got irritated, deleted everything, and decided, you know what, I'm going to come back, but I'm going to be really methodical about this. I had a 1-year goal to get the Arbiter, and I have hit the paywall already. And I remember this because it was very irritating that this happened the first time around, but when getting the Arbiter, that is. But now it's like, I don't know, there's so many more champions in the game, and there's so much more flutter in the game. So many things that you have to, if you want to stay on the curve, not even get ahead of the curve in Raid Shadow Legends, you really gotta be on every day. You gotta be on for at least 3 hours a day. And it's a big ask, especially for a person with an evolved lifestyle that requires them to be other places. Wow, I don't know what else I can fucking talk about here, because this is 33 fucking minutes. Literally 30 minutes that I've been on this game waiting for a fucking match. And we're just 2 people short. Just watch. Just put us in there. Come on. This is bullshit. And I mean, it's like, even if I went in with an actual party,
team's ready.
I do believe that there would be no reason for this. Yeah, see, Mary Jane Joe is on the other side, so she's my rival. How much you want to bet? I'll take bets here, guys. Bet against yourself. Bet yourself a cookie, even if you're on a diet. Or, well, if you can't have cookies, because some people can't have cookies, and that's a real shame. I really think that's a bullshit thing. Maybe we shouldn't. People shouldn't be restricted from having enjoyment because of health. And we wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have gotten here if, the people providing our environments and our food were a bit more mindful about the waste that they created.
Commencing operation!
It's like people don't want to know what's in the hot dog because it's not always meat. We used to joke about Pizza Hut pizza back in the 90s, that it was basically plastic coated cardboard. And Little Caesars is a lot like that too. It still kind of tastes like that to me.
The enemy took a beacon! Our side captured a beacon!
I want to try to get beacon D. These nuts. My part, I didn't do shit.
Our side captured a beacon!
Alright, so this should be...
The enemy took a beacon!
Not this? Who's shooting me? Oh, my own guys. I don't know why he was posing. Maybe to give me up as a target to somebody else. Some serious protagonists in this game. Stuff. Yeah, I've got the spell off in the lake for broken. They just take it.
Enemy unit down! Need to go! That supporting fire did some work! Go finish him off!
Let's stymie this. Advance.
We've lost an allied unit! Our side captured a beacon!
Oh wait. Well, fuck it. play to the point. How am I missing?
We've lost an allied unit. The enemy took a beacon.
Oh, no. Oh, decent.
And out. Pick where
we
and
got?
how to redeploy.
This is risky. Probably people
Okay,
falling all
let's
over
give
it.
it another go. Long-range communications established. She's
Got
lost
one.
an allied unit. Target confirmed.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put my suit all the way across town. Because reasons.
Long-range support fire incoming.
Come on.
Supporting fire complete.
Wakey, wakey,
That
dinky.
supporting fire did some work. Look,
Oh,
we've lost an allied unit.
protagonist.
We've lost an allied unit. You're fine, don't worry.
Who the heck? Okay, I see you.
This is a big hit.
Can't.
Careful now.
Because I keep getting distracted.
Ally
That was
has
good.
destroyed an enemy mobile suit. No! Bombardment incoming. Things are going our way. The mobile suit isn't looking so hot.
That's alright. I'm not here for a KDR. I just want to play. I'll put your ass into the wall. Dang it. Well, that's good. At least I got the assist. Nice. Zero's really messing things up. That's really good. Wow.
We've lost it. 2 minutes left. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Nice.
Do
Okay,
it.
let's give it another go.
That sounded too close.
Long-range communications established.
Where we
Incoming.
at?
Target confirmed. Long-range support fire incoming. Enemy unit down. Way to go. Supporting fire.
Cool.
That supporting fire did some work. Go finish
That's
them
it,
off.
yeah. Okay. You kidding me, right? Really? You're gonna go for it. Oh my god, you're gonna go for it. Okay.
One minute left. Let's finish this strong. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Nice.
Back. So much for your balancing.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to chase your ass. I don't need to. You've already got this.
We've lost an allied unit. We've lost an ally. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Nice. The enemy took a beacon! We've lost an allied unit!
There we go. Let's see what we got.
Mission accomplished! You and your crew did it!
Alright, I'm gonna praise them. Who was my rival? Oh! Really? Okay. Cool. Weird. I wonder how I got. Should have praised them, but oh well. Alright, well that's gonna do it, kids. That was the day. That was crazy. Yay! We made it to stage 3. It's just more DP. That's what I thought. Okay, whatever. I've got so many depot points. I don't need any more depot points. So that's it. I'll probably be back later this evening for the reset.
Good work out there.
Till then, play nice, be well, and if you are in a country that freedom and liberty is something
really
that they
starting
put
to
as a
look the
cornerstone for your livelihood, for your lives, do what you can to
Here,
support that,
take this.
because it is important and it is fragile.
That should be all you need to
And
know.
bullies always go after what they see as weakness. So just like in a GBO game, bait them in, don't chase. Chasing them is only going to lead you to a trap. But you can find your way through. We'll all get through this. Till then,